early 2000s and throughout the 2000s, it almost seemed like the epicenter of hip hop switched from city to city. There was Atlanta, Miami, Houston, New York, LA. For let's say Arkansas or Little Rock to pop off, what do you think an artist needs to do? Like, do they need to, like, what advice would you give to an artist to get to that level of putting a city on the map, or like a region on the map?
The only thing Arkansas is missing is support. Until we get behind whoever, it don't matter who first, but until they get the mentality that you got to get behind somebody as a city. If you ain't popping in your own city, what's the use? You know what I'm saying? All you need is peer ears, unbiased listeners. As long as they got a peer ear now, they are music connoisseur, they gonna gravitate, because
that's why the fuck y'all lasted this long, bro.
So would you say that maybe Little Rock isn't ready?
Well, you know what?
When you're talking about peer
time,
ears.
it was only a handful of us that was even putting out music. Next thing you know, the fans became rappers. And so, with that being said, that it's so many spin-offs out here, it's oversaturated, you know what I'm saying? So you have to tap into a fan base that's spending the money, so you know where I'm getting at, you know what I mean? So if the people not even supporting it that way, you got to reach out to some people that may not look like you know what I'm saying? And so that's why we on like an international tip, because we make music for everyone, not just for the people who look just like me, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or come from my background either, you know what I'm saying?
We've recently, we've caught some playlists, and a lot of it's overseas.
Right.
And they love the shit. Like Netherlands, UK, Germany, shit like that. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, one thing too, man, is when we came in, it was the crossover. They was forcing out the UGKs and the A-Bottom JGs, and they was forcing out everybody underground, and then they was pulling out the Soldier Boys and the Laffy Taffies and the Ricky Bobbies and all that shit, right? So it was a switch, and it was like we was right there at the crossover, you know what I'm saying? We get to the door of the game, and all of a sudden they changing the set, you know what I'm saying? So we sitting there watching the stage, watch them put a new stage up, and it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? So it's that's that was part of it too.
Timing's everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey man, but what a time to be alive though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here we go 25 years later. Putting it down, me and Kilo started doing this stuff beating on the desk in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for us to come from beating on the desk in high school to doing it right now on the scale that we doing it on, and we still here, we still living, we still strong, healthy, and wise. Oh man.
I remember that, using like a pencil or a pen for a hi-hat. Like,
right,
man.
You know,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey man, that made a lot of great people, man.
We aged like Cabernet dinner wine. Rapping in the future since 99. Rap eschatology, they call it end time. All-time players, we made the call. Made it to the ball, they wouldn't let us in. Couldn't be like them and can't be like y'all. So we signed us and guaranteed the win. So if you going all in just to see us fall, you better call your next of kin, cause forever means we gon' test the end. And since we at the end, let's let the best begin. Since we at the end, let's let the best begin. Since we at the end, let's let the best begin.